Welcome back. Off the desk.
Yay.
Pretty pumped for today. That was super genuine as well. I liked it. Yeah. 3 times Finance Broker of the Year, James Kelder from Green Finance, mate. Good to have you here.
Oh, thank you. I'm feeling very, very loved already.
Good.
Yeah,
and it is 3 times, isn't it?
Yes, correct. I think, over a 5-year period.
How good?
Yeah.
How good, mate?
That one of those years I didn't apply though. So
okay.
It could have been 4.
It could have been 4 in a row, 4 or 5. I think you got next year secured as well from the pipeline. Is that
the pipe's looking good?
Feel?
Yeah,
how good?
Yeah.
Let's
the pipe's looking good.
Let's go. Awesome, mate. Well, mate, you've got a bit more like similar background from us in the NAB space where we first met, where many good brokers are produced.
Yes.
What
the breeding ground of all great brokers.
I think so.
Australia Bank.
Just for like this beautiful window of time where we're all produced. What led you to banking, and then what led you to broking?
Yeah. So I always really liked business. I had a finance degree, and I was going to combine the two.
Nice.
And a little spot opened up in the NAB Business Banking grad program, so jumped on that opportunity. And clocked 5 years there, and that was a good formative years. Great place to learn the skills, right?
100%.
Yeah,
100%. I can't believe you were there for 5 years, mate. That flew by.
It's probably about 4.5.
Yeah,
we always
cool.
round
we'll
up.
Round it up, mate. Absolutely, more experience the better. So 5 years in, mate. You did. The grad program was really powerful. I went through the branches, so didn't quite have the joy of the grad program.
There's a little shortcut there. That's a little hack.
Well done.
Yeah.
And then good business banking experience. You were a business banker. You'd made it. For a lot of us coming through, it was like, we just want to be business bankers.
That was always the
name on the profile.
Of what you're doing, right?
Absolutely. You've made it.
Yep.
You get there and you don't hang around for too long. How long did you do the business banker role for?
6 months.
Yeah, nice. I thought it was quick. I thought you were in and out. And so you get this role, and then do you realize as soon as you start that? Yeah. When's the click? When's it like, hey, there's a different world out here?
Well, I think I spent a large portion of my time actually in the commercial broker channel at NAB, so I had an understanding of what that wider piece was like, and I think that I think the thing that dropped for me was I was sitting there and I kind of got a hospital pass on a portfolio, and I was looking at it and I was like, this is going to take like 2 or 3 years to make a fair fist of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I might as well just go do this myself, and put the hard yards in and capture some of that value in your own right. And so I think at the time too, I was pretty quick on probably that wave of business bankers becoming brokers, because traditionally you wouldn't sit there. You'd spend a lot of time, once you got to that management role, you'd want to sit in there for a while. But I kind of saw that seemed to be the way the industry was going. Where it was actually a bit of a penny drop. I remember sitting in the broker channel and I was sort of looking at the deals that they were getting in the broker channel, looking at relative to what was being received on the direct portfolios, and I was like, this doesn't really make sense. Like, they're paying people to bring them business over here, and they're giving them better terms, whereas and better service too, because the people seem to actually care in that channel. But it was a bit of a penny drop moment, and I kind of. Yeah, I thought that was the natural evolution of what business banking probably was going to go. So mate, jump on that trend quickly.
Yeah, well done, mate. Like wild at the time, because I remember there was a couple others left just before you, but you would have been one of the first out that I knew in broking as well, from that had done the business banking role, and
especially too with not as much experience on the manager role too. So
you were, mate. We were. I'm glad you took the leap. Wild. Yeah. I think both the business manager role leap, but also having that foresight into the market, which many of us didn't. And NAB wasn't super supportive of brokers at all levels in that aspect. So for you to be like, hey, there's a space in here for me to play as well, mate. Very bold. I'm glad you took the jump. So
I have to consider myself a visionary.
You were, mate. You and many others led us to make the jump eventually as well.
Yep.
When did you meet? Like, you joined Green Finance. When did you meet Greenie? Was he part of? Did you get a deal of his through the process?
No, I completely by chance. Greenie put up an advert up on Seek, and it was for a commercial finance broker. And I sort of looked at that, and I was like, that's that's what I want to do.
Nice. That was it. Yeah. Mate, that's so good. And so you were one of his first or the first employee? How did you sort of slot into?
I would be his longest. I'd be the longest ever broking there, apart from Greenie.
Wow.
So, back then it was him and I in a room, and I started off penciling his deals for 6 to 9 months, and that was probably the best experience I ever had. Just sitting next to one of the best commercial brokers in the country, and just hearing him on the phone and how it worked. It was such an eye-opening experience. Being able to listen to that, see it how it worked in practice. There's whilst broking and business banking, or like the skill sets they're crossover, but there is a lot of nuances of broking that are quite a lot different. So
learned that the hard way, mate. Yeah, thanks for the heads up on that as well.
Sorry.
So I mean, you come out of NAB. I had 14 years. You drop in the water of 5, mate. That's cute. So to come out and think we knew it all. Yeah. It was like, man, this is easy. We're going to crush this space. Well, I thought I knew it all. Yeah. We didn't. We definitely didn't. So
it's completely different. Isn't it?
And I think. And the deal flow, I just imagine that Greenie would have been even sort of working through at that point in time.
The eyes open
incredible.
Up. Like I remember, if you're a business bank, you're sitting there and you're sort of going, oh yeah. Actually, my target on my portfolio when I left, they were just like, don't let it go backwards.
Yeah, that's wild, isn't it?
I was just like, what? Okay. And then you go out into this space and you see the volume of deals that are coming through, and the settlements, you're like, that's a lot. It's a volume channel. It's a growth channel. And I think that it's always been very exciting because of that, because you see such a varied amount of things.
100%. And you genuinely help, and like the optionality. And we could sit here probably for a while and talk about how good brokers are, and we probably will as we go here. But I think the home loans went so quickly and it made so much sense because of the commodity nature of home lending that brokers were just we're naturally going to take up that market. Easy for us to say now that as it trucks towards 80% of home loans, but you could see that happening. I don't know if it was as obvious that the commercial was going to happen, but I think as you get into it now, it's like the skill sets left. So banks changed how they remunerated senior bankers. As soon as they did that, the skill set started to leave. These wild bonuses that you used to hear about
they also changed their development channels of bankers as well.
They did.
So you had the skill set exodus plus the lack of development of frontline bankers. And I feel too that I think I've always looked at it and gone, hey, home loans when I left was like, I don't know, 60, 70% in the country.
Yes.
But business banking or commercial lending has always been around that 20, 30% mark, depending on the bank or whatever. But that to me always was like the opportunity there. But I kind of feel that the trend now is that it's sort of commoditizing a little bit again in the same way that they did with home loans. The 3 mil, 5 mil, like the banks are pulling out. The service levels, right? They just don't have the ability to service those markets, and
more opportunity.
I
think more opportunity for the good skill sets. So
exactly,
mate, it's going to be interesting to watch.
It will be
as the banking changes, as AI comes in, as we sort of
AI,
evolve.
That's a
scary one, mate. Do you
what's fear AI?
You do? Good, me too. What's the feel? Are you, and like we both aggregate through low market, big users of AI and tech in general, and
back in the business,
proprietary tech, which is fantastic. I mean, it makes us more efficient. We can help more people. Love it. But man, there's a lot to learn and
there is. You don't really know where to start, right? It's a bit stressful.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You'd be an expert at it by now, I assume. Or someone in the team.
I'm actually thinking about uploading my conscience into the AI.
Good. So don't do that to the AI, mate. That is not fair. That is not fair. I think those parts are really cool. That is dark. I think those parts are really really cool, and that's why I think that's why Greeny's chosen loan market for such a long period of time as well, forward leading on those tech plays. Mate, a few other cool parts about you, if we can dive into it. YP threads. Am I allowed to talk about it? Or, mate, you were probably one of, and as I reflect on Tom and I taking the leap and the side hustle mentality and everything else that was going on, mate, you had this clothing business that was pretty cool on the side. How did it start? What can you share? What do you want to share, mate? It's pretty cool experience.
So like I saw the opportunity of e-commerce and social media, and my brother and I started off a business selling mid-market Australian brands, basically what Iconic does.
Yep.
And we had these Australian brands on there, Mr. Simple, Academy brand and stuff, and I started bringing this inventory in, and you know, I was putting my whole bank salary into this business, and then we were trying to sell this stock online. And back then, you have to pay a lot of money to get a website built. So yeah, it's a bit different now. But I recall like trying to sell clothing to the bankers on the floor to go buy lunch. So there was that, and that didn't go well because we were basically competing with people like Iconic, and we'd get the stock in late, and then they would start selling it on reduced margins, and we're sitting there and we're like, this business doesn't work. We just bought all this stock in and it's not worth anything. This is great.
Damn.
Yeah. So, you know, we looked at it and we went, oh well, how do we make this work? And we tried to develop a product that tapped into social media that was viral in nature, and we started that clothing business, YP Threads, where we made our own. Wanted to be vertically integrated and control the channel and build the virality and marketing, the biggest cost expense into the product. That's good. I was on Shark Tank.
How good?
Yeah, didn't get any money.
No, man, very cool. Pretty cool.
It's pretty stressful at the time, actually, because I was still working at NAB. I went on Shark Tank, and I was like, oh shit, they're going to see this.
I got signed off to attend. I mean, I'm sure you weren't speaking on behalf of NAB at the time, but
I was like, I better get out of here before they see that.
Yeah, 100%. How good? How good? So, and mate, that's like, so I don't want to use the word, but failure in the first one almost leads to the redesigning it, mate, and like I just feel like you're ahead of the game to this virality approach. Again, you probably weren't, but for me, you were extremely ahead of the game, and you're thinking of marketing at the time.
Yeah, I think we were, because like we no one else was creating that kind of product. I kind of feel like we invented like the matching printwear in Australia, and then also that use of, and you guys do it in your business now. I was talking to Tom about it before, like the organic, authentic content. It's not necessarily about trying to sell, like, you know, technically this is the best service or best product or whatever, but it's about building character into your brand, right? You know, and you know, so I think those trends too, sort of they were pretty at the forefront of what was going on at the time. My biggest lesson out of that business, though, is sell clothing to females instead of men.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
men are hard to sell to. Do we not buy enough? Do we change our minds too often?
I don't think you buy enough.
Yeah. That's it.
I mean, you don't buy enough, and I think the behavioural patterns, like ladies like the shopping component. I think men see it more as a necessity.
Yeah.
We were an events-based product with that business, and you know, people would buy the clothing for a Bucks party, or you know, go to the cricket, and everyone wanted to wear the matching print. And then ultimately, that business got wound up because of COVID, because it was an events-based business, and the clothing was bought for events, and they stopped the events. So,
you're not buying YP Threads to sit at home typically.
Well, you could. You'd have a pretty good time.
A rock star, man. On the Teams call, you could be,
What's up, you know?
That's so good.
Buttons undone.
Yes.
What's up, players?
Go on, Oh, man, epic. And like, do you think it gave you again, another lesson or grounding in both jumping out and running your own show through green finance, and also the connectivity to the client base, like a lot of commercial clients, mate.
I think in any instance, and you'll appreciate this well now being a business owner, that if you're just arranging a loan, or you know, at the bank and you're dealing with people, you don't know what it's like on the other side. Nah. I've always had that other side component of when I've been working in finance, my various side hustles. And I think in some respects too, like, I mean, what better person to deal with in finance that understands what you're going through, all the dramas of business and all the decisions that you got to make and the stress of it. So
particularly that, mate, like an inventory-based business, you've really hit proper cash flow cycle here, aren't we? Like, you could really convey and live through that. Whereas
that was a lumpy cash flow, that one.
That would have been. We just fear bass bills on this side, mate. So like, still can relate now to people that do not like paying bass, because I don't like paying it either. No, we do pay it, just to be clear, because we have to.
There's something uniquely always challenging when you're like, send me your bass statements, your ATO portals, and you're going, sort of feel the pain. You're like,
do.
I better pay mine as well.
Yeah, we probably should sort ours out. So, man, I think really good. And like, I think bold of you again. Like, you seem to. Are you just risk tolerant? What do you put it down to? Because there's quite a few leaps there. A hustling mentality, all-in mentality. Do you?
The risk lens changes a bit in time. I think when you're younger, and then it winds back a bit as you sort of get your runs on the board, and then also family. I don't. Maybe there's like anything. I think there's a level of naivety when you do stuff when you're young. I think I just like business.
I think you like the hustle and the enjoyment I sense from you. Is like mum and dad into it? Did you have a family self-employed? No, this right time, right place. That was just, you could see because clearly you can see the opportunities.
I think I worked out pretty early on what I liked. I like even when I was like 20, I was like managing a furniture removals company and running like a BD out of an accounting firm. There's a guy that owned an accounting firm and a boat club and a furniture removals company. I was in there and I sort of looked at this setup and I'm like, this is pretty interesting. So you can just start businesses and and see how they go. But I generally found it very, very, very interesting and exciting. And I think at the end of the day, you want to do something that you enjoy, and if it feeds into your self-worth. And I've always there's a moment I remember I had when I was doing that kind of stuff and I was aligned to sort of the ownership there and whatnot at the time, and the sense of self-satisfaction when you achieve something off your own grind, hustle, problem solving. That was the best feeling I ever had, and I've always captured that and gone, well, that's what I like, and I'll keep trying to find that.
Continue to pursue. I like it, mate. And is that driving? So, like, I know now you're sort of, we were just talking earlier, development, funds management, side business. Like, is your plan? Do you like the growth part, or is it a bit more strategic? Like, it's
probably
I know this area.
Yeah, it's strategic because I in terms of like timeline between now and NAB, like I specialise in commercial property and development finance now. I didn't do that. A lot of that at NAB, but I built that out in my own experience as a broker, and I think that some of these you put these deals together, the key linchpin a lot of the times, and being able to set something up that provides you with the ability to be more in the driver's seat, but at the same time, you can still benefit and draw upon the expertise of your finance side and to help make that work. It's it's good. It's good. Yeah,
natural.
It's a natural progression. Yeah.
I think so. With particularly with your skill set on
especially
that,
if you specialise in something.
Yep.
You really, and then the networks you develop out of it, and I don't know. I kind of also with that I see it as like the next challenge, like in terms of I feel like. Everything's like a natural evolution that you're trying to work towards the next step of it, and I think in some respects, like that business, it's deal making and it's equity based, and I think that if anyone in finance or is in the debt side of things, at some point you'll want to get interest as well on the equity side of things, because almost like the way we were talking before about business ownership and being a finance professional. I can tell you right now, on the other side of things, it's like when you start looking at stuff and you're looking at the same time on the equity and the debt lens, it's there's a lot going on, and trying to marry it all up, it's interesting, but it's a lot.
Mate, I imagine, and you again, the huge exposure of property transactions and pieces, you learn a lot, I'm sure, but then when it's yours, you learn even more.
100%. When you're responsible for delivering a project. It's different.
Good. And man, obviously got heaps of spare time with just young family, everything else going on. Matt, how do you juggle it all?
Nintendo, man, 24/7.
Oh man, I wish. Do you plan your day? Do you do weekends? Do you have time off? What's the secret? How do you manage it?
And it's not. I think, and in some respects too, like the progression of the development funds management business, Krista. That's sort of like a little bit sort of going, well, how do I? Because I still work 70, 80 hour sort of weeks, and then I'm a young dad, and I'm sort of looking at that now and I'm going, oh, that's not sustainable. And so I'm sort of that other business should sort of, it's probably less time intensive. It's different when you're putting the deals together. Like it's sort of peaks and troughs. Whereas finance, it's always on. It's always time critical. You always have to be available.
It's competitive.
Yeah,
because there are other good. I mean, there's a top crop of brokers. I think.
Yeah.
Don't know if I'm in it yet. I know you are, but I think the push. Thank you. The push. The push is like, yes, there's a heap, but there's a lot nipping at the heels that are trying to get to that space as well. So we do have to move because it's a competitive market. So you do feel like, if I don't execute,
literally, right?
Yeah, I've got to. There's another one out there trying to execute. So we're definitely. We've got to be movers. Yeah.
And I don't think that, especially the commercial finance or brokering in that space, like when I started out, I could just say I'm a specialist commercial finance broker, and that was cut through. But like people still, like the general public doesn't really appreciate the difference between someone that does a core discipline, or even just commercial in general, relative to what they call a broker, right?
Yeah.
It's apples and oranges, and that's where it gets a little bit hard because you kind of got to deliver a bit before you get it.
Yes. There's a bit of proof in it, isn't there? Yeah. I still think we prove, but again, that's not all us. It's the experience they've just had with the mortgage broker who said they could do commercial finance, who couldn't do commercial finance, and then really it comes back to us, and it's a proof piece again that you sort of always
like even with commercial real estate, like anyone can get a commercial real estate loan, right? But how it's structured, at what rates, and what it is relative to the market, and what you can get for it. It actually genuinely affects the investment and then the performance of it, and your ability to grow your portfolio in the midterm and long term. But people don't know that, and that's probably the issue, right? Because if you don't grab something quickly, it's not you're not selling diamonds, like like as you said, right? It's not. There is a lot of other places that you can go, so it does add that level of urgency to it, which is hard,
which rips you away. So then you've got to somehow balance. Do you turn the phone off on a weekend? What's any tricks yet that you use to try and stay present? Because I think I'm just a touch ahead of you on the child journey, mate. I'm still trying to work it out, how to spend as much present time as I can with it.
And that's important too. It's not just time; it's present time too, quality time. It's funny. I try to separate my personal and my work phone, but I haven't done that. So I've just got this like work phone, which is like a new iPhone, just sitting in my work bag that I haven't turned on. So I mean, that would be a good idea to separate your work.
That's not a bad idea. Do you have two separate mobile numbers?
Yeah, I do.
Well done.
I think the problem was you gotta be very disciplined in it. I think, and it's a bit hard to do that sometimes. You got to stop picking up the old one.
Yeah. Just let me know when that works. We didn't. I was like, I'll be always contactable. The rookie mistake of the new broker who says I'll forever be contactable. So.
And look, I've gone through a period where you sort of your business matures, right? You build your book out and you look at your client profile and what works and what not, and you generally get to a point too where you're like, oh well, what kind of people do I actually want to work with as well? Because it's very important. I think it forms part of the maturity in your business building when you can actually say no, and that too should feed into your work-life balance too, right? Like in that respect, so you get start to get that optimization, if you want to call it.
I like it. I like it. A few of the others.
I haven't got there yet.
No, please let me know. I think
it's not nice in thought, but
it is. I think I've heard Phil Rogers say it a couple of times. Protect the time and your energy, and they're the two harder parts to protect. I think so. So when you do work it out, let me know, mate. Please, I'd love to implement and go from there.
I'll bottle it up and sell it to you for like $8.
Please. Mate, $8 worth a bit more than that, I reckon.
YP print, like Hawaiian bright print.
Yes. Do you still have a box somewhere like of old YP gear, or is it all gone? Man, it'd be nice to.
I keep one shirt.
Good, I've got mine. You gave me one before a cricket game we went to, man. I still use it all the time. So thank you. It's my Christmas shirt, man.
It's good. It's good.
Still rocking the event
shirt. They work
shirt.
well at Christmas.
It is a good Christmas shirt. So, mate, if you could go back again, keen to know, would you do it differently? What would you tell yourself? Or think about it from another lens. Would you tell a new broker something different now as well? Like, where are the lessons, mate? The gold nuggets.
I think some of the key things that one of the key sort of pieces that I sort of worked out pretty quick on that I wish I'd have known was if you're a broker, the market, you got to create value, and you got to know how to do that, and you got to probably specialize and go deep pretty quickly. I think that really matters, and it's a little bit counter to maybe what they run at, like aggregators around diversifying and everything. But I don't know, like I feel like the whole proposition of being a broker is around exchanging time for value, and you can't do that better than anyone else unless you're very good at a certain niche. For example, when I started out, I don't do this anymore, but I used to write home loans, and I don't do that now because it was commercially not a good application of time. It wasn't my background. I spin my wheels in it. So I don't know. I think that point around creating value, whatever in that sense, because it's a saturated market out there, and if you can't differentiate yourself, you won't really move the needle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to be commoditized. You're going to be a commodity.
No, you don't. No, I like it.
So, yeah.
I like it. I think you come out, and there's a bit of that initial period where it's like, I've got to put food on the table. So it's like, I'll take
100%.
anything that comes in, and 100% keep going. And I think, the good ones do transition to that specialty.
Yep.
Because I think there's two parts to that. They're good at it. You have to be. Otherwise, you couldn't get in that space. Or they enjoy that part. And I think for a lot of us who have the commercial background, we do tend to lean towards trading businesses or property.
Yep.
Because you favour one or the other based on background or preference. And I think the good commercial ones seem to go either way. I don't know, some probably do both well, but not as well.
I reckon, though, that the best skill set ever in commercial banking is analysing a business. And that mindset, when you look at a property deal, it's very, I think it works nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Utilise it.
Shout NAB.
Yeah, I'll say. They did teach us pretty well. Mr. Miyagi, mate, I still think every now and then it's like this little nab.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi's in the back there. Wax on, wax off, mate. I reckon it's still there. So, how good. And mate, so you do it all again.
Yeah.
We've certainly gotten to our pretty cool area.
Yeah, it's been a lot, but it's great industry to be a part of. I've done a lot of things, and I've never really. If I don't like something, I'll work out how to get out of it pretty quickly. And I've been a broker now for near on 10 years.
Sweet.
So.
Still working out how to get out of it, I guess.
Still working.
I'd agree with that. I think they share, and maybe that's a bit aggregator specific, but I think it's a pretty nice space from a knowledge and skill sharing, and there's not a real. I mean, there's a competitive nature in a healthy way, but not in a toxic way, which I think we experience more within the Red Star than outside of it. So pretty special space.
Good camaraderie. I mean, by nature. If you look at any sort of performance-based work, there should probably be a bit more competitiveness to broking. I think that in the commercial space, though, that people know where they play, and then also understand that you probably would, if I ever talk to someone and they go, oh, I'm talking to another broker, oh, who is it? I'm like, oh, that person. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Keep talking to them.
Yeah. You're true. So, if they've told you that, it's probably right. If you do get the second bite, and we get a few second bites from time to time, it's another, you've probably got the right answer.
Yeah. Whereas they go something like real estate sales, they're like, no, that guy's an idiot, and I'll get you more for your house.
Yeah.
Or asset, and sign here and cut that nerd out.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a a little bit like that.
I assume how that's how they talk, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how they talk.
That must be how they talk,
That was actually a live feed.
Straight from Real Estate's Next. So, oh, well, mate, honestly, thank you very much. I know you're a busy man. We took half an hour out of your kids' time that you should have been using to come and talk to us, mate. So
I apologise to Olivia.
I will, done, man. Apologies. Done. I'll apologise to all. So
the whole Kelder family has been apologised to.
Please.
I might apologise to them as well.
You could probably, just in advance or in arrears, whatever you owe or subtract. So,
an apology.
Well, thank you for coming out, mate. It's been genuinely awesome to watch your journey, and I think 6 years ahead of us now as well. Hopefully we catch up or get a bit closer, but we'll see. Been pretty awesome because I think you took the leap sooner than any others really realised the space was out here. So trailblazing, mate. I appreciate it. So
cheers.
Wonderful, man. We'll chat again soon. Thanks so much, JK.
Very good. Thank you.
See you, brother.